This has gotta be one of the most ingenious and diabolical artist tracing scandals that I've seen in a while, and it involves AI art. It all started with a Google Docs expose, just like any other internet drama, especially on Twitter X. The doc exposed an artist named Asami Arts who was caught in 4K tracing AI art. One of the proofs of this tracing attempt was this hilarious artwork depicting a gun with the muzzle going backwards. Her excuse is that she's not good at drawing weapons. Bro, I can't even draw a simple gun, but I know that the whole of that gun shouldn't be pointed at the gunner's direction. The most diabolical part of this whole saga is that she made a long post, including video evidence that she didn't trace any art. Unfortunately for her, to prove that she isn't tracing, the video proves even further that she is indeed tracing. I can show you all how it's done. Check out this part right here. Notice how the color wheels have an incredibly weird gradient and green is missing. If you're not familiar with any graphic design software, this is how it should look. And yet, this is how it looked. And no, that's not a video glitch, that is an unintended side effect of a deliberate video effect. That's why I can recreate it. She had a hidden layer at the top of the original drawing that's colored mostly green, but you can still make up the lines and what's going on. All you need to do is to use what's called chroma keying, which only removes a specific color of a picture or a video, in this case green. Make it stronger so that it removes most of the green, and then add a white layer at the top of the video. This is how it looks in the POV of the tracer. This is obviously tracing, but once I turn on that chroma keyer and add the white background, this is what you guys are seeing. See? I'm an actual artist. I'm not tracing at all. I'm just drawing in a white background like everyone else. Absolutely diabolical. But I cannot deny her creativity. This plan is downright ingenious. To go out of your way to fool people like this, to make this level of effort to fool and trick people, and then fail spectacularly at it because people uncovered the trick, is just insane to expose on the internet. But hey, say what you want about the tracer, at least she puts in some effort. Granted, the effort is reserved for tricking people, but an effort nonetheless. The same cannot be said to other AI users, who could barely put in any effort for any of their outputs. AI users continue to be absolute scum towards artists in general, and I am so glad that their garbage is being scrutinized constantly. This person posted a fan art of Eren and Mikasa from Attack on Titan. The problem is, this fan art is AI generated from the original fan art made by this artist right here, and they noticed it too, so that's double trouble for you. That is already incredibly scummy, but wait until you get a load of this. The AI bro posted some work-in-progress pictures to prove that this is not AI. The problem is, even the work-in-progress photos are AI generated. The iPad Procreate interface shifts in the different screenshots, and the Apple Pencil got bent like crazy. To all the AI bros out there, you are scrutinized for a good reason, and you're gonna have to take the scrutiny from the rest of us who value some artistic integrity. Fortunately, there is a market for you, as there are still loads of people who cannot tell the difference. We have way more AI bros continuing their scummy behaviors. I can only draw using paint. I hope you like it, mate. No, I do not like it. That is not a drawing that you did on a piece of cardboard. That is an AI-generated image. Do you have any idea what these paint bucket labels say? Why are they distorted like that? Maybe because this is not some painting that you did on cardboard. These AI bros never seriously check the images they generate. This is an AI-generated image of you pretending that you are making this on a piece of cardboard. Why are you making art on cardboards? Also, I know that traditional painters have messy hands, but not that messy. How shameless do you have to be to submit this as part of a freaking contest worth $1,000 for the first prize winner? Unfortunately, a lot of AI-generated works have won contests before. Hopefully, the real artists can be rewarded for their genuine hard work, while AI bros are shunned and shamed. I am so glad when AI bros just tell everyone that they are AI bros. This person generated a concept art of Arknights characters. I want to know if AI bros can use any graphic design software because, well, there's nothing particularly wrong with the actual concept design on the surface at least. The same cannot be said for the text. Yeah, you can read it yourself, and you're gonna notice some glaring errors. Some of the arrows also pointed to the wrong thing. This art pointed to the arms device twice. The text on the first one is wrong, and it's pointed to the hoodie instead of the right arm. The one on the left arm is the same, and it is almost pointed at the arm, but it also has another arrow pointing at the bag. The female version points the tactical sports bra on her legs. That's hilarious, and that is some nice pair of AI-generated underwear. I'm just saying, AI bros, there's a lot of scrutiny being directed towards AI these days. The last thing that you want is for your own work to expose your AI usage. I appreciate the honesty for saying that this is generated with Gemini, but while there's nothing too much wrong with the characters themselves, it's the text that always gave it away. Making text and arrows is not that hard in Canva or GIMP. Learn how to use them. These AI artists are seriously pulling my leg. To the anti-artists, take this keyboard champ. Your creativity deserves more than just pencil and paper. I agree with that one, but for a different reason. My creativity is in writing, not drawing, so of course I'm gonna need a great keyboard, like the Logitech K120. Super cheap, super affordable, and it does the job incredibly well. Also, that's a 10 keyless keyboard. I prefer to have numpads. Also, why are you using Homelander? Do you not know that he's a psychotic villain? Art doesn't start with a brush, it starts with an idea. You can clearly tell this was made by an AI because of the "it's not X, it's Y" pattern. AI chatbots always love to do that. I think this is supposed to be satirical like The Boys TV show, but I think The Boys TV is mesmerizingly awful. It's the kind of bad that astonishes me every season. They always find new ways to get worse. Worse in plot, worse in characters, worse in every aspect. And I absolutely love it. It never disappoints in that regard, and I cannot wait for the final season to see how worse they can make it. Oh wait, they're bringing the rest of the Supernatural cast. Fantastic.
I'm gonna drink, and I'm gonna watch some Asian cartoon porn.
AI fanatics seriously have way too high of an opinion of themselves. You goofballs really need to stop saying creative people don't use AI. Well, AI usage does not necessarily describe one's creativity. You can be creative with or without using AI. The problem is, using AI requires way less effort, and that's why people are not fans of it. Being a drawer gives you precisely zero authority on what is and isn't creativity. Drawer. I like how you treat that as a slur. I'll concede that creativity is subjective and it's all a matter of opinion, but I'll shove it to you anyway. You're not making art. You're telling computers to make the art for you. Saying that you make the art is like saying Lord Farquaad is the one who rescued Princess Fiona. I just had a long discussion with an AI hater who waffled endlessly trying to get in the last word and yet could never answer two simple questions. Alright? That sounds like a challenge. Why pay exorbitant amounts to an artist when I can pay for a sub? Because artists know how to be consistent. Also, artists are human beings. You can communicate exactly and precisely what you want with them. They also need the money to live. They're not exactly living in royalty with commissions. Why pay an artist when they'll never be able to exactly capture what I envision on paper? That's a loaded question. I have the exact opposite problem. AI never exactly captures what I envision, but the artists in my experience absolutely have. AI artists aren't going anywhere, and we're the single largest art movement on Earth right now. Well, you are a movement, and you are on planet Earth, but you're not large, and you're not making art. The days of gatekeeping art and locking creativity behind those gates is over. Do you seriously think that having an artistic skill is gatekeeping? Being suck at drawing is not artists gatekeeping you. You are gatekeeping yourself. AI is being used in all sorts of places, including the legal system, and plenty of them are absolutely embarrassing for the users. There's this case between two plaintiffs against the government of Michigan being filed for an unspecified civil rights violation, and yes, they represented themselves because they have no money for legal representation, but they do have money for ChatGPT. They filed a lawsuit themselves against the governor, and then they filed objections. These objections are the ones that are written in ChatGPT. The objections contain fake case citations, non-existent legal authorities, and even leftover AI system instructions. Well, would you look at that? Someone copy-pasted without looking. The judge then basically said, hey, why do you use AI and why shouldn't we sanction you for wasting our time? The plaintiffs admitted on using ChatGPT Plus and paid $20 a month. Wow, you got ripped off, buddy. And like many other AI bros out there, they did not verify the citations. In this part of the court order, the plaintiff is trying to say, if the government violates someone's Second Amendment rights, even briefly, that is irreparable harm. There are many problems with that. The first one is that they cited the wrong case for that quote. Second, they borrowed it from another case, but that only extends to the First Amendment, not the Second. Third, and this is the funniest, what they wrote in the sentence is, the loss of Second Amendment deprivations, even for minimal periods, constitutes irreparable injury. They want to say, stop violating my rights. ChatGPT said, stop violating the restriction of my rights. ChatGPT is writing the opposite of what they intended to say. That's freaking hilarious. The judge sanctioned them for $300 per plaintiff. They were charged for wasting the court's time. Imagine that. Maybe you shouldn't file bogus ChatGPT claims or spend that ChatGPT subscription bucks for a proper legal representation. It's clearly not helping you in this case. To all current and future lawyers out there, either use AI properly or just stay away from it if you have no idea what you're doing. And that's all for the video today. Here's a cat. Huge thanks to all the wonderful sponsors this week. You're all fantastic. Don't forget to check out my previous videos here. Click the like button, comment, subscribe, join the YouTube membership, leave some tips, just $1 down below. And thanks for watching.